Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Thursday, August 11th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Great television archives, top of the page. Sexually Speaking with Dr. Kathy Naughton at the bottom, our eye candy feature over there, and our rock and roll poll question results from yesterday. You know, baseball is so steeped in tradition, and these things are important. You know, the sort of regularity, the sort of thing that you can count on. You hear those familiar voices doing the baseball game. Can you imagine if KMOX, when Jack Buck was alive, just said, Jack, you're not doing the game tonight because we have a third person that we would like to call tonight's game. And yet they're doing it on Fox Sports Midwest. This is not personal. It's not personal. I like everybody over there. I like the announcers. I like the people who run the place. I like the contributors. I like everybody. This is not personal. It's business. And it's also just sort of one of those things where, are you sure you guys want to do this? Where you want to have this rotating thing where you never know who's going to be calling the game on a certain night. And so I asked yesterday on our rock and roll poll question, what team of announcers do you prefer on the Cardinal baseball telecasts on Fox Sports Midwest? And a resounding 47% of you said Dan and Al. Only 27% said Rick and Al or Dan and Rick. So run with it, Fox Sports Midwest. All right, with the results in the stock market here the last couple of days, you got to ask the question, and that is, do you have any money in the stock market? Your answers can be yes, a lot, yes, a little, or no, none. And I should probably just go around and see who still has color in their face. This has been ridiculous here. Can I speak to Chris out at Newtown? She's a 40-year-old dog sitter in Newtown who keeps writing snotty stuff on our Facebook page because she doesn't like the fact that we talk politics. Okay, let me just tell you something here. Last show I did over at K-Hits, we did a lot of politics, and there were reasons why, having to do with the fact that the last presidential campaign really sort of took over the country, took over television, took over all media. You had Tina Fey doing Sarah Palin. You had this wingnut coming out of Alaska, and the whole thing was you had an old man, but who was a war hero, and then you had your first black presidential candidate, serious candidate, and so there were lots of reasons why that politics really sort of seeped into the general discussion and became mainstream. Very unusual situation, and that's what we do. We talk topical issues. So now you get these people periodically whining because I will make a Sarah Palin joke or I'll make a Michelle Bachmann joke or something like that. And something wrong with the ear because they're not hearing the Obama jokes. You didn't hear the joke I told the other day about Obama distancing himself from himself and stuff like that. You have selective hearing loss. You're hearing what you want to hear because you're like this when it comes to politics. And so even if somebody makes a joke, you have to think of what we do as being topical. And much the way Leno or Letterman do things in their monologue, okay? You find out what's going on in the world, you make jokes about it. And some of it's got to be politics sometimes, but both sides get it. So quit coming on with this nonsense, this crapola. JC's talking politics. He said he wasn't going to talk politics, so it's all one-sided. Because A, you're wrong, B, you're wrong. 3, A, B, and 3. See? Shut up. Hi. Camille Grammer says her former husband, Kelsey Grammer, has a small penis. American Idol says Jennifer Lopez will be back. They'll be here in St. Louis soon, shooting episodes for the new season of American Idol. TBS canceled the George Lopez show, and if they're not careful, they're going to end up dumping Conan too because, George lost 40% of his audience when he moved back an hour, but Conan ain't exactly hitting out of the park either. He was averaging about 1 million viewers last year when the show came on, and now it's down to about 715,000 viewers for those shows. That is not a lot of people at all. If you have a hankering for football and you don't even care what the teams are, San Diego hosting Seattle tonight on ESPN. Rolling Stone recently polled a bunch of their listeners to come up with the greatest collaborations of all time. On the list, Queen and David Bowie, Under Pressure from 81. Aerosmith and Run DMC, Walk This Way from 86. Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks, Stop Dragging My Heart Around from 81 is 5th. Beatles and Eric Clapton, While My Guitar Gently Weeps from 68 is number 6. Santana and Rob Thomas, Smooth, 1999, good song. But then they put Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, Say, Say, Say. Are you kidding me? And where's Barbara Streisand and Neil Diamond for You Don't Send Me Flowers? See, that's, let's be honest, that's a pretty good song, pretty good collaboration. Rebecca Black, the Friday girl, the video girl, you know, parents paid for the $2,000 to make the music video. Her parents have pulled her out of school, say she gets teased too much. Someone started a campaign asking that Sesame Street let Bert and Ernie get married. Here we go. You know, there's about 3% of Americans that say they don't eat ice cream. Would you be surprised to learn that I am in that 3%? I got like a selective lactose intolerance. I can eat cheese by the wheel and I'm fine, but I eat a bowl of ice cream and, you know, it's off to the fireworks. New Harris poll about ice cream has revealed that the we're a very boring country. Number 1 ice cream, chocolate. Number 2 vanilla, and hot fudge, the most popular ice cream topping. You can add this to the long tradition of America's state fairs. Really, the state fairs get some sort of free pass because really the stuff isn't funny. It's gross. It's disgusting. It sends really peculiar messages to an already increasingly obese nation that we have here, and that is you put deep fried butter on a stick, then you put it on a stick, dip it in cinnamon batter, deep fry it, and then drizzle more butter and icing on top, sell it for $4. This is what's going on in the state fairs, and they're always doing stupid stuff like this, and I don't understand why we continue to cover these stories and why people just don't, you know, call this what it is, and that is disgusting and reprehensible. New study out of the University of California, San Diego. You ever have somebody tell you the end of a movie or a book or a TV show and then you're like, well, now that's it. Now, spoiler, and now I can't enjoy it. According to these people, it helps you enjoy it even more. The researchers believe it's because you can just sit back, turn your brain off, and enjoy the story without worrying how it's going to turn out. The Today Show and Parenting.com, they talk to all these mothers, 26,000 mothers, and they find out, for example, the moms want to be left alone. Even they think it's weird when somebody's out in public and whips out a boob to breastfeed a kid. They send their kids to school sick. Most of them would like a do-over, picking either a different spouse or a child of the opposite sex, or wishing they had a girl instead of a boy. Ah, see, I told you. They choose great sleep over great sex. They're distracted by technology. They medicate their kids more than you think. 18% have medicated a child before a long car trip or a flight just to keep them, you know, to knock them out. They judge other moms constantly. They have a favorite child, and they use their kids to get out of things like skipping an event or something like that, saying the kid didn't want to go or was sick or something like that. And 25% worry that their partner is a better parent than they are, and 44% say they'd rather be 15 pounds thinner than add 15 points to their child's IQ. 17-year-old Allie Lowen, the daughter of Michael and Dina Lowen and the sister of Lindsay, has signed a multi-year modeling contract. You're going to give another young Lowen lots of cash and tremendous freedom. Oh, that's going to go really well, isn't it? An 83-year-old woman in Southern California had breast augmentation surgery. No word yet on how Melanie Griffith is recovering. And a survey finds that 59% of women have faked an orgasm. Should I add here that 100% of men have faked a relationship? All right, back in 1975, on this date, Toys in the Attic, Aerosmith was certified gold. It would be impossible to try to calculate how many young women in their late teens and early 20s lost their virginity while a track from Toys in the Attic was playing. I would say a lot. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. It sounds like a brilliant idea, and it is. Collect a bunch of pictures of Bill Murray and Betty White, and then Photoshop them together, and that's what you get. We have put up 2 of the 7 pictures on JC's Eye Candy today, right below what you're looking at right now. They're pretty damn funny. All right, rock and roll poll question today. You have money in the stock market? Yes, a lot. Yes, a little, or no, none. That's our rock and roll poll question. And, of course, we talk to you every day between noon and 3 on the Big 550 KTRS, along with Trish Gazelle and Trish's Trash. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Thursday, August 11th, 2011. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.